So children, the ancient Indian literature including the epics Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puran, Jain and Buddhist texts, historical accounts by Indian authors and also travelogues by foreign travelers are important source of history. Remember travelogues by foreign invaders, travelers. See, these foreign travelers, what they wrote after coming to our country was very important. So it became the another evidence for writing history. Remember Faihan, Wensang, they came here, Ibn Battuta, they came here and they observed that what type of life was people they were leading, what the occupation, what the tradition, what the culture. So they wrote everything about kings, the people, their festivals, the lifestyle. So this became another evidence for us, for historians to write history. Writing of biographies of kings and dynasties, histories mark an important step in the Indian historiography. Harsh Charitra, written in the 7th century CE by Banabhatta, is the King Harsha's biography. Underline this line. Harsha Charit, written by 7th century. See this, children, in this chapter you are supposed to make a column, writers, their book, everything. It should be remember every time. So Harsh Charit, written by Banabhatta in the 7th century, is the King Harsha's biography. So during that time also biography was also written about kings. So some people or some writers were there, they were given the task to write about kings. Understood? So this Harsh Charitra was written by Banabhatta and it portrays a realistic picture of the social, economic, political, religious and cultural life during the king's time. तो ये तो हमें पता चलता है, आपको पता है कि हर राजा के दरबार में, हर शहंशाह और हर बादशाह के दरबार में एक ऐसा व्यक्ति होता था, एक ऐसा व्यक्ति होता था जिसको ये ड्यूटी दिया जाता था कि उसको लिखना है. They used to write. So this type of writers and authors, they were there. And during this 7th century, King Harsha was a great king. And during that time, King Harsha's reign was there in northern part of our country, that is Jammu Kashmir. So he wrote about Banabhatta, he wrote about King Harsha's, his political, social, economic, religious culture life during that time. So this type of thing is very important. It's a written source of history. Understood? So written source of history, material source of history, oral source of history was very important. So children, historiography in the ancient period. Up now as we are studying about Indian context, so India में historians को क्या चीजों से पता चला कि भाई उस समय ऐसा होता था. So all these things, through oral recitals, through coins, metal images, sculptures, and with the help of so many books, so many epics. So these were the things or evidences on the basis of which historiography in the ancient period was developed. Understood? So now next we'll see about historiography in the medieval period. Now this medieval period where the India was invaded or India was captured by so many people coming from northwestern part of our country. People from Middle East, they came here. They came here with the view of trading. But what they did, they came here and then they settled down. They conquered so many territories and they settled here. You can take example of Mughals. Understood? So the style of writing Raj Tarangini, the history of Kashmir by Kalhan in the 12th century, see, is quite close to the concept of modern historiography. See, Kalhan, Raj Tarangini. अभी ये दूसरा है, इसको भी आपको नोट करना है. Number 2, Raj Tarangini. The author was Kalhan and it is the history of Kashmir. So we can say Kalhan himself says that he wrote the text after critically examining various sources like inscription, coins, remains of ancient monuments, dynastic records and local tradition. देखो बुक लिखना इतना, हिस्ट्री बुक लिखना इतना आसान नहीं, because we need to have evidence which should be authentic. Last chapter I told you that history, writing history or any type of event which happened in the past need some type of authentic proof. Authentic proof is needed. So what these historians or what the people those who used to write book, they used to take evidence, or they used to take the help of various inscription, coins, remains of ancient monuments, dynasty record and local tradition. इन सब के द्वारा वो बुक लिखते थे. ऐसा नहीं अपने मन से लिखते थे, because we need to collect evidence. They need to collect evidence, and on the basis of collecting those evidence, they used to write the history. Understood? In the medieval India, the historians in the court of Muslim rulers were influenced by Arabic and Persian historiography. By medieval time, by 12th and 13th century, when India was invaded, and during this time, when the people, the rulers, the invaders, they came from Middle East country to the northwestern part of our country. So by this time, India was influenced, or our culture was starting influenced by these rulers, Muslim rulers. And we know that during that time, two main languages which influence our language also, that is Arabic and Persian. Among them, Ziauddin Barani hold an important place in Tariq-e-Firuz Shahi. Remember, listen carefully. Tariq-e-Firuz Shahi, a book written by him. He had stated the purpose of historiography. See, Ziauddin Barani. If we'll start with medieval period, or if we start with the period from where Muslim rulers they came and India was influenced by Arabic and Persian historiography. So first name will be there from Ziauddin Barani. In Tariq-e-Firuz Shahi, he wrote this book. Understood? He wrote this book, underline this, and while writing your column, starting from first, second, third, so write this name in third from medieval time. So he stated the purpose of historiography. According to him, the historian's duty is not limited only to record of rulers' valor and policies or welfare, but he should also write about rulers' failing and incorrect policies. राजा के फेवर में लिखना तो हर ऑथर कर सकता है ना, हर राइटर करता था, क्योंकि उसको डर लगता था कि राजा उसको कहीं सजा ना दे दे, क्योंकि उस समय राजा का जो इन्फ्लुएंस और किंग्स पावर वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. But what were a correct well-wisher is that person who used to tell you about your loopholes, or you can say tell about that, please, if you'll do this, then it will be better. So this Ziauddin Barani, according to him, that an author or historian should write the failing policies and what is not correct and what is not good deeds done by kings. मतलब मेरिट और डिमेरिट दोनों लिखना है. मतलब राजा के अच्छे चीजें, जो राजा अच्छा चीज कर रहा है, जो अच्छे काम कर रहा है, वो भी लिखना चाहिए एक हिस्टोरियन को, एक ट्रू हिस्टोरियन को. और एक जो किंग, उसकी जो फेलिंग पॉलिसी जिससे लोगों को तकलीफ हुई और जो चीज सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुआ, उसको भी अपने हिस्ट्री बुक में और अपने राइटअप्स में उसको भी मेंशन करना जरूरी है. अंडरस्टूड? खाली अच्छा अच्छा लिख देंगे ऐसा नहीं होता है. हमको ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि भाई उस किंग का ये चीज फेल हो गया, उसकी ये पॉलिसी फेल हो गई, तब जाके उसने ये पॉलिसी को अपनाया. समझ में आया मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ? आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? यस. सो merits and demerits, it should be written by any historian, so that will be authentic information given to the people from one generation to the another generation. So Ziauddin Barani he wrote this type of history. So Barani further says the historian should also take consideration the impact of teaching of the wise, the learned and the saints on the cultural life of people. Thus, Barani explained the scope of historiography. Life of saint, life of learned people, life of wise people, cultural life of people. मतलब every section of the people, every section of the society, their lifestyle, their thinking, every people, चाहे वो he is learned, चाहे whether he is common people, common subject, सबका व्यूज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, सबका व्यूज लिखना बहुत जरूरी है. अंडरस्टूड? अकॉर्डिंग टू बरानी. फॉर द हिस्टोरियंस इन द मुगल कोर्ट्स, प्रेजिंग द एम्परर्स एंड एग्जीबिशन ऑफ लॉयल बिकेम द मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. जस्ट नाउ आई टोल्ड यू दैट प्रेजिंग किंग्स एंड एम्परर्स वाज अ टाइप ऑफ फैशन, यू कैन से. द ऑथर और द पीपल, द ऑथर्स, those who used to write about kings, it was very common that they used to write good things about king and emperors. The custom of adding suitable poetic quotes and beautiful pictures were also introduced. Babur the Mughal emperor wrote the autobiography entitled Tuzuk-e-Babari. It contained the description of battles fought by him. Babur also recorded his minute observation of various regions and cities traveled by him, including the local economy, customs and flora.